and welcome to today's class with myself, Julie Kettlewell from the Paper Haven. And today we are going to be working with these items from our mini catalogue, the January to June mini catalogue on page 65. And we're going to be working with the Butterflies and Flowers Layering Decorative Masks. Quite a bit of a mouthful there. They are a bit of a hidden gem in the catalogue. £9.25 for a set of the 6 masks, and there's some ideas, a couple of ideas here for you. And here is an image of the actual masks, which I've just realised I've left in my box down the side here, which wasn't very good. Hang on. But I'm human, so there we go. So this is what the masks look like. So you've got the butterfly one here, and you sort of have a shiny side and a duller side, okay? And so that's the butterfly one. Then we have the lovely floral one, or floral. My friends in Australia say floral. That one. So shiny and a dull side. Then we have this one that goes with the flowers. And then we have these 3 background. Oops, this one's attached to the other one. There we go. These 3 backgrounds. And that one. Okay. And I'm going to use most of the masks today. So in your kit, some of you already had some of the brushes and the tools that we need. Everybody got the masks included in the kit and the card kits. But some people also got a set of blending brushes and a couple of sponge daubers. Okay, I've just got the one there. Now, to take part in this class, the cards are very simple, really, because we're gonna. It's using the techniques of the masks that I want to share with you today. So we are going to make 3 cards, and you've got envelopes, so you should have your 3 cards in packs like this: card 1, card 2, card 3. So very, very self-explanatory there. You should also have your masks and the envelopes to go with your cards, and then I think I've put you a nice coffee in. I'm actually on a tea at the minute, and a little biscuit. So I do want to say that I am going to be filming this class in 3 parts and putting the videos up, 3 individual videos. You can pause the video by pressing at the bottom. You can rewind by dragging the cursor backwards if you miss something. And I will be on here on the live chat. So I would like to say thank you to the ladies who have supported my business and signed up for the class. It's much appreciated. So we're going to do the first card. This is one that I shared on Paper Crafts and Piano. Now, what you will need to do this, as well as the kit that you've got from me, you will need a sentiment set of some description. And you will need a grey ink pad is useful, but you will need an ink pad that's like a colour that you would use for flowers. So today I am going to be using Fresh Freesia Polished Pink and Calypso Coral. What a lovely combo they make. In fact, I've just taken a photo because I've teamed them up with Pear Pizzazz. And I just took a photo because I just thought, I don't often make up my own sort of colour combos, but I just looked at that and I thought, how gorgeous is that? How lovely is that colour combo? So you need a green for leaves, and you need some sort of floral colours. What I have done is I've kept the cards very neutral. I did say, tell me what colours you're going to use, but not everybody did, and it got a bit complicated. So I've kept things neutral so you can do what you want. If you've got some Stampin' Up cards, you can always cut yourself a card base to go with what you need. Okay, so this is card 1. Don't you just love it when they don't rip? Okay, so let me talk you through what you have got here. So you should have 6 little classic matte dots. I've been very generous with those. You've got 6. You should also have a piece of basic white. Now this measures, I believe, 9 by 13.3 for anyone who's crafting along. Let me just check that. Yep, 9 by 13.3. And then I've got some basic grey that's 9.5 by 13.8. And that is going to sit on our card base. Now, depending on what colour you're going to use, you might want to get your own card base and use the same colour as you're doing the butterfly. Then I have also popped in, now this is a little extra and you might think, Julie, why have you put another piece of basic white in? Well, since making my card, I thought what we could do as an advanced one, we could do another butterfly on top of this and cut it out with our scissors and layer it up. We could see how that goes. So that's a little option. That's something you can do after the class. You might want it to just be a flat card. So yeah, I just thought it gives you options, doesn't it? Okay, so for this one, to get us into the, you also could do with, excuse me, some low tack tape. That would be very useful. Or I can teach you how to use some wet glue. So I shall do that now. What you can do is you can put a bit of wet glue on the back, on the shiny side. So we're going to use the dull side face up. Put some wet glue, but tap it and dab it off so that it's only tacky rather than really, really sticky. And it creates a temporary sort of adhesive. It's only temporary. So I'm going to pop my card here. And then I can see what I'm working with. Right, I'm going to pop that there like that. Now what you need to be aware of, oh no, where's the end of this? Ah, it's there. Oh, it's a new one. Didn't realise. What you need to be aware of when you're doing this, I'm going to tape this down, is that you need to sort of cover these other designs because you could accidentally ink those up, yeah? So what I mean by that is I'm going to pop a bit of tape. I need to make that a bit smaller. Right. Oops. Over there, so I don't get ink. I don't ink a flower, although I could have one there, but it's a bit too close to the butterfly. So I'm just going to pop that over there like that. And then I'm going to tape that to my work surface. And then I'm going to pop a little bit over this one here. Yeah. There's a little bit of preparation here, but then it will be good once you've done your prep. Okay, so that's sort of quite firmly taped down to our work surface. Make sure it is low tack tape though. I'm going to take my ink pad. I'm using Fresh Freesia for this one. And I haven't cleaned my brushes since I last did this on YouTube on Paper Crafts and Piano. So I know this was Fresh Freesia. So I'm going to tap this in, but I'm going to tap it off a bit because I want to come in quite light. And I'm just going to rub over here and create this. So when you are coming near to the other butterfly, you can see what I mean by it's a good job that we taped over it, yeah? I'm tapping the grid paper and I've not even put any ink on it. Now what you'll see is I've not got an even coverage here. I've got a bit of an ombre look and I actually quite like that. So it's a little bit darker around the edges than it is in the centre. And I like that. I like that look. Yeah. So what you should find is when you lift that up, you've got the image of your butterfly on your project. Yeah. So you need to be really careful removing your tape. And you can reuse that. So I'm just going to be careful and pop it on my desk to the side here and hopefully reuse it. Right, I'm going to come back to that one because that's going to annoy me. So if you peel it softly and slowly, it shouldn't really stick or cause you any problems. Oh, that one came to bits. There we go, came back to that one. Okay, so I've just got a couple more bits to take off. These are stuck to my grid paper here. You would be best having some scrap paper on your desk. I've got that one there. One more to do up here. I'm just going to leave that one there. Oh, look, I've just ripped a bit there, actually. But don't worry, we can put one of our gems over that. And look at that. That's worked out really nicely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reposition the butterfly. Okay. So that it's over the image. And you should be able to see it through what you've just inked. You should be able to see it through the mask. Okay, I'm just going to try and get it central, and then I'm going to grab my tape again, and I'm going to try not to tape on the card as much this time. Just need to be careful here. That's where I ripped it a bit, so just do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to tap off with my ink. I'm going to go on full strength, but I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to be really, really careful because you don't want to go over this edge here. So I'm going to put my finger there so that if I'm going to get it on anything, it's going to be on my finger rather than on the card. Again, I don't want to Okay, so I've been quite gentle there, trying not to get too much excess ink on the edges, and I really need to be careful because I had a bit of a faux pas here, didn't I, with this? I've ripped that again at the top. Oh well, I can trim that bit down actually, and then the rest is fine. Just be careful with the tape, not like me. And oh my goodness though, look at that. That, apart from that little blob there, let me just cut that off actually. Oh, I've lost my scissors. Oh, they're there. They're hiding from me. I might have to distress this or something. Anyway. Okay, I think we might have a gem on there as well. Right, so I'm very, very pleased with that. Albeit I've ripped it. I could always start over, but I'm just going to go with it. But yeah, now I do have to say, even though I've ripped my card a little bit, I think I've been more successful if you look at the difference between the first ever attempt and the second one with how I've got it. And this is just one ink pad colour. You don't need two colours. That's what I'm trying to... Oh, I know what I'm going to do to solve this up here. I've just thought of something. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fill in these white space, and I'm going to use this lovely flower down here, and I'm going to pop it, just a little bit of it, over here. Yeah. And I'm just going to actually hold this down, and I'm going to use the ink. Again, I'm going to tap it off, so I'm just going to use the pale one. So I'm holding it down quite steady, and I've gone over that little bit of ripped. So that's a little way we can solve it. So I've just done that, yep. And then there's a flower that goes with it on the butterfly mask. So I'm going to hold that down over there, like that. And I'm going to go on, now hold this quite firmly. I'm going to go on full strength, and I'm probably going to dab on this rather than rub, because it's quite delicate. So I'm just dabbing, and then I've got that little effect there. And then it's sort of hidden the little problem area that I had. So let's now do, that was just to hide that. So I'm going to do one over here as well. And what I'm going to do is tape it down there and tape it down here. But my card is actually moving, so let's just carefully have a little bit of tape there. Okay. So again, I'm going to dab off the ink, and I'm going to go over here. Be careful you don't ink onto any of the other parts. We only need to go over it 2 or 3 times like that. That's plenty. That's okay. And then I can actually leave the mask, and I can sort of turn my project round. I might not do one there because I think I'll do the sentiment. So I think I'll just do one over here, and I'm going to pop my card in like that. Where do I want it? I'll have it about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the tape back, and I'm going to stick it down here again. Very carefully. Going over that like so. And there we have. So I've kept that one free for the sentiment. Okay. I can pull this up now. And now we're going to bring this one back in, and we're going to lay it over. Now what I would do is move it so the butterfly is over here off your project rather than doing it that way. So keep the butterfly off the project and line it up like that. Okay, and then I'm going to hold that down because it's springing up a little bit, and I'm going in full strength. I'm going to rub really gently. And once you've got mastered this, and you make sure you don't go over this edge, you can actually go darker in the centre and get a bit lighter towards the edges of the petals, the more confident you get. So I'm going to try that little technique. So I'm just really concentrating on the centre. Okay. Oh, look at that. I love that. And then again, I'm going to do the same up here. Line it up. Just make sure you don't go off the edge. And again, I'm going to go more intense in the centre. And just dab the edges. And hope that that looks good. Oh, it does. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So, if you want to, we can have a go at doing the spare one. It doesn't matter how you do it because we're going to cut it out. Now, if you're because the card was a bit wider than the mask, if you're putting card underneath that's a bit smaller than the mask, actually stick the card to your work surface to start with. That should be fine. I'll just put another piece on. Okay, so oops, got to be careful there. Just realised. I'm purposely not applying much. Yeah, just watch that. Oh, we're cutting it out, so it doesn't matter. Oh, we don't have to be as careful. Come on, Julie, get with it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, my card is still stuck down. Oh, I like that. I'm going to move this over. Get it lined up so you can see through it. And then I'm really going to go for it with this one. Oh, look, I've covered that up. What did I do that for? Oh, no, that was there before, I think. Okay, and there we have, let me move that. There we have our gorgeous butterfly to go on top if you want to. This is a complete, it's not compulsory, just in case you want to do a little extra. So I'm just going to cut round this. I normally leave a bit of white space, but I don't think I am going to with this. Now it could be tricky going round here. I will come back to that. Just have a drink. I'm forgetting about my tea. If you're watching me, I'd love it if you could do a thumbs up to help my YouTube channel. Just going to come back to the antennae. Like that. Okay. So if you want, this is not compulsory, as I said, we could pop that on there like that. But first, let's glue it to our piece of basic grey. So we've got a little bit of a lilac and grey theme going on here. Very 80s. Now, if you've used, whichever card you've used, you could use a matching card base, but I'm going to go for the white one. Oops, I've just realised I've not stamped my sentiment on, but that's okay. That's okay. Right, so what do I want this to say? Could have happy anniversary just for you, lots of love, happy birthday, happy Mother's Day. I think I'll do just for you actually, because it covers lots of things. Got my grey ink pad here. It's quite nice to stamp over the butterfly actually, so don't feel like you've not left any space, because I like sometimes how it looks if you do that. You see what I mean? I've just done it on purpose on the edge of the butterfly. Well, actually though, if I put this one over it, no, that's fine, because that's fine actually. That's fine, because it's going to be like that. So I'm sort of folding that in half a bit, putting a little bit on the spine, hold that there like that. And then don't forget we have those little matte dots that I gave you that you can use dotted around your card. So you've got 4 small ones and 2 large ones. So I'm going to put them in, I think I will do them in 2s. Whoopsie. There we go. How long have we been on? Oh, just over half an hour. That's good. So we've made a mess, which is good, And there we have our first card. So that's the sort of, this was the initial design. And this is how it's progressed now. Okay. So I hope you've got used to your masks, the masks there now. And if you come back for the next video now, this class started at 10:30. It will be about 11:05 now. So I will pop the next video up at 11:15 for people. Okay, so I'll be back. The next video will go up at 11:15, 11:15. I'll see you then.